Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before I start to tell something, I want to introduce myself first. My name is Hailen Yunida. You can call me Hailen. Lecture at Raden Surakarta. Knowledge of the Quran and interpretation. And then, I'm so sorry, my connection is sick, but this is the final exam, so I have to fight. Now, today, I want to tell you about my experience in the month of Ramadan to 8 this year. My experience in the month of Ramadan is unusual because this year is Ramadan with Corona. Previously, they could pray Tarawih, Tadarus, recitation, takbiran in mosques, but this was not possible because of the Corona condition. Then I did it at home independently. Then I was sad because I was not with my first and eldest brother and only one elder brother in the month of Ramadan this year, because he is different from the city with me. He is in Bandar Lampung and I'm Central Lampung. On the other hand, I'm happy this year's Ramadan because I can gather with my father and mother. I hope that in the next Ramadan we can get together with the whole family and the Corona will disappear. The first day of fasting, I was excited and targeted to read the Quran until Khatam in the next 30 days. But paused due to menstruation in the second week. I am personally very happy with the month of Ramadan because it's full of Allah's forgiveness and mercy. But there is sadness from being incomplete with extended families and sometimes fluctuating faith. I currently live in the housing where my father works in the Central Lampung area. In my neighborhood, the situation is quiet and those who can worship at the mosques are limited. Then every afternoon, before fasting, I have cooked and prepared for breaking the fast with my father and mother. For the night, I memorized the Quran, Tarawih at home, and Tadarus. From morning to noon, there are usually class hours, and between the time, I usually take time to do my assignments and sometimes take a nap. It was during fasting. If I menstruate in the second week of Ramadan, so my activities can only be bigger. Another sunnah practice writing poetry, stories, and others, even doing college assignments, as well as helping parents cook, especially because I like cooking. And then I once woke up late for sahur because at night I was sick and couldn't sleep well. As a result, I woke up late for dawn. Usually when I wake up at 4:30, I help cook for the meal and so on. After that, as usual, the Fajr prayer and other activities, then prepare for college at 7 a.m. There was also a time when I was fasting, when I had a problem with my family and it was almost impossible for me to break my fast. But it didn't work because I can only think that it's a test during fasting. Then I tried to refrain from negative things. So I fled to the masjid to pray, recite prayers, and consult with the Quran teacher when I was a child. And then the incident was during the last Ramadan. Then next time, as usual, I returned until the next Eid. Then on the first day of Eid, I prayed Eid and the masjid was unusually quiet because during the Eid prayer in the Corona year, the health protocol is very strict. The distance is stretched, check the temperature, and so on. Then I came home from the Eid prayer. I mingled with my parents. Then my friends and my extended family were born and in mine. And then for a second Eid, I went to Bandar Lampung to meet my elder brother. While on my way, I stopped by the Metro City Park in Lampung. There I took pictures with my parents, and after that, I waited for my father to pray Friday prayers at the nearest mosque. Then I returned to the parking lot and before continuing my journey, I ate from the lunch prepared from home first. We ate in the car with my father and mother. After we finished, we continued our journey, and when we wanted to get the car out of the parking lot, we almost fell on the side of the road because the parking attendant said, "You just went around there," or while pointing out the direction of the road, because the road in front could not pass. Then my father just mistook it for the road flat. Then my mother said that it's too bad. Then my father said, Fortunately said, otherwise we would crash and the car would break down. Then my father didn't take long to back the car. Alhamdulillah, we can walk again. Before we were safe because we gave alms to the parking attendant. Sorry, this is not showing off, but this can be a lesson that hating saved us. The next day, we went home because my father had been sick the night before and asked to come home the next day. Then, because it was still at atmosphere, we went home via the Metro City line again, and we stopped by for it to our old neighbors in Central Lampung. After that, we went home and got home safely. From each of my experience that can only be learned and goes over time, without planning and without thinking logically. If there is a wrong word, I'm sorry. Please take the good things out, throw them away. And then, this experience is an extraordinary experience, especially when we want to get out of the parking that we almost get hurt. But the greatness of our arms survived. And when I arrived in Bandar Lampung, I couldn't meet with my best friends because my brother asked me to go home suddenly. Then I want to or not have to avoid. Okay. On the way home, we heard music, so we didn't get too late. And then, this experience cannot be forgotten because when we got there, we only checked the condition of the house, which was being renovated. Actually, I am upset, but after all, a father cannot be denied. Talk before returning to Central Lampung. My father allowed me to meet my best friend, but I refused because I was already struggling with my father. I made an appointment at night to meet them, but failed. Unrequited sadness, but I can. But I can't refuse it. And when I told them, but they were sad too. That's all I can say, more or less. I'm sorry. I think this is enough, and I will be closing. Wassalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yulidar.